Hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Darlene Williams of the High Level Method. I am a single parent of a successful married adult. Many times I'm asked, how did I do it? Let me tell you, it was not easy. I'm not a punk, and I don't want you to be either. Welcome to my episode of Parenting is Not for Punks. Today I want to talk to single parents about the importance of self-esteem in their children. But before I do, please remember to visit my website at www.thehigherlevelmethod.com. Follow me on Instagram at The Higher Level Method and email me your thoughts at thehigherlevelmethodpr@gmail.com. Remember, higher level thinking plus higher level performance equals higher level results, period. Okay, let's get into it. Parents, it is so important that we as parents impart the importance of a healthy self-esteem into our children. There is no pinnacle. There's always a higher level. And sometimes we may be struggling with our own self-esteem, especially because being a single parent, right? I'm not suggesting that it's easy, but I am saying that it's doable. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of consistency. One of the things that I find to help parents to be successful is consistency is the key, right? Whatever it is, it's you being consistent and showing your children consistency. And that's what's going to be the key to their success. So as we talk about self-esteem, it's just so important because it is the foundation on which everything else is predicated upon, which means that how your children selects friends will determine their level of self-esteem, whether they get involved with gangs, whether they are allowed to be bullied, whether they bully. Because let me say this, many times the focus is on those who are bullied, as it should be. But bullies have low self-esteem as well, and that's why they are bullying, because they have low self-esteem. If you are bullied, you allow bullying, you have low self-esteem. If you are being the bully, you have low self-esteem. And please do not misconstrue. I am not saying that children want to be bullied or that they are okaying the bullying. But what I am suggesting is that when they have a healthy self-esteem and boundaries are set in the home and certain things are taking place, there is a higher chance that they will feel comfortable reporting that to someone. So please let that absorb for a moment. You know, parenting is not for punks. This is not just some cute cliche that I've put together. I'm talking to you from direct experience. And I am talking to you now from the place of having a son who is successful and is doing a thing. But while I was going through it, I wish I had these tools that I'm giving you. I wish I had them. I wish I had someone to tell me. You know, there were times when I didn't know if I was doing it right or not. And I'm sure you all can relate. It's like, I wish I had some answers. This is all that this is intended to be, is to let you know that you are on the right track or that you're possibly being derailed at your own hands. It's not always fun. It's not always easy. It's not always something that we're looking forward to in terms of parenting. But it is something that has to be done. Once you have decided that you wanted to become a parent, it changes your life for the rest of your life. And what I tell people often is this: you have to determine at what side you're going to be on and at what time. What I mean by that is, are you going to be on the side of disciplining your children while you have the power to do it? Or are you going to wait to try to discipline them and give them a thing when you don't have any control? Because there will come a time when you don't have control. So while you have the power, you have to take the bull by the horns and make sure that you do everything in your power to give your children a fighting chance to exist and exist better than you did, especially in a world today that is crazier than what we can remember. And it's also changing at a rapid pace. Like you blink your eye and there's something else that's changing. And don't get me wrong, change is the only constant. But there are some things that should not change. Having a great character, that's not a thing of the past. It shouldn't be. Having morals and scruples should not be a thing of the past. Because let's be honest, we can always appreciate someone who treats us nice, who knows how to do a thing in an appropriate manner. We all have a great appreciation for that. Well, if you have a great appreciation for that, then I'm addressing you. And I am saying that if you have children in this world, it is incumbent upon you to make sure that you do everything in your power to instill in your children a healthy self-esteem. Now, please do not misconstrue. There are days when we all are not feeling our best. We don't feel pretty enough, good enough, worthy enough. I'm not talking about that. But when that day turns into a week, into a month, into a year, into 2 years, 10 years into your life, that's a problem. I am giving you tools now to say, make sure that your children know what it is to have a healthy self-esteem. I have a book out for girls. I'm about to do the 3rd edition. In this book, we talk about there's a pledge where girls get to put their name. It's an interactive book, and they get to put their name in the book and say, I, such and such, pledge. And they say the entire pledge. And I always encourage girls to memorize this to heart with their name because it will help them to navigate. The book talks to them about self-esteem and how to get it. Affirmations. What are affirmations? And how do you apply them? How do you create your own affirmations? How do you create the kind of day, week, month, year that you want? We have the power to do that. You get to create your life the way you want it to be. But parents, you have to show your children that they too can do that and that they have the tools right before them. And it doesn't cost a lot of money. Sometimes some things don't even cost any money. You can pray for free. And for those of you who don't believe in prayer, then I'm not talking to you. Prayer is free. And you can pray your way out of anything. And prayer is an action word. It is a verb because it forces you to take action. It holds you accountable. Now, you can't be lazy and when you are confronted with something, not deal with it and say, oh, God got it, because that's not how it works. Prayer is an action word. So you can pray for free as often as you like. You can also look yourself in the mirror and say what your name is, state your name and say, I no longer want to be a part of this. I no longer want to act like this. I no longer want to have people in my cipher who behave like this. And when you begin to change, there's this saying, it says, if you can't change your friends, then change your friends. Let that sink in a little bit. I'm going to say it again. If you can't change your friends, change your friends. So in other words, don't work on changing who your friends are. Work on changing who you are and how you want to be in this life. Then let that trickle down to your children by them seeing your actions and seeing your behavior and then hearing your words and seeing that your words coincide with your actions. And what's the word? Put it down in the comments below. What's the word? If you said consistency, bingo, you got it right. Being consistent. Your children must see you as consistent. Parents, it's important that you tell your children that you love them for no reason. And you know what? Let me please impress upon you. Please stop calling your children bad. Your children are not bad. Their behaviors might be bad, but we can change the behavior. So such and such, when you do that, that behavior is bad. I love you, but I don't love that behavior. Here's what we're going to do to change that behavior. And then you talk to them about changing the behavior and why it's important that they change that behavior. But stop calling your children bad, because you can't change your children. So if you call them bad, they grow up thinking that they're bad, and they grow up thinking that they're unworthy. And you don't want that. Always let your children know that they are worthy and that they're loved and that they're validated. Everybody, every single one of us wants to feel validated by our loved ones. Your children are no different. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret, parents. Start telling yourselves that you love yourselves. I love me. It's okay to say that. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am smart. Say those things to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say those things to yourself every day. Have your children join in with you. Boys and girls, join in. Make that a daily routine when you wake up. In the morning time, when you wake your children up, don't say, get your mother effing. No, don't curse at them. Get up. No. Maybe gently rub their back and say, get up, African queen. Get up, African prince. Get up, African princess. Get up. Get up, Asian princess. Get up, princess. Get up, sweetie pie. Get up, mommy's helper. Say something nice so that they want to wake up to that. Maybe at night before they go to bed, put on some smooth jazz, no words, no commercials. Or put on some classical music, something that gets to calm them down. Don't have them watching TV and gaming before they go to bed and eating candy and all kinds of stuff that gets them hype. Right? Say nice things to them. When you wake up in the morning, have a routine where everyone gets in front of the mirror and takes a turn and say, I'm beautiful. I love me. Right? Try something different. Don't be a punk. Parenting is not for punks. You've got to do something different. You can't keep doing the same things expecting different results. Do something different, parents. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your children. You owe it to society. Do something different. Be something different. Say, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be different than I was yesterday. I'm going to be greater. Not I'm going to be, I am greater today. Every day that you wake up, you have an opportunity to do it better than you did it yesterday. And if there's something that you didn't like yesterday, make sure you don't do it today. If you owe someone an apology, apologize. Apologize to your children. You know, little Junior, I'm sorry when mommy said that you were bad. I just learned today that you're not bad. Your actions were bad, and we don't behave like that in this house. But mommy still loves you. When you're walking your children to school, make it your business not to get on your phone, not to text. Make it your business to talk to them about how they're going to have a wonderful day today. You know what, little Junior? You know what, little Sally? Mommy loves you, and today you're going to have an awesome day. You know why? Because you're awesome. And everyone who comes in contact with you will see that you're awesome. And you know why you're awesome? And name some things as to why your daughter or your son is awesome. Hold their hand. Don't let them walk so far behind you or so far ahead of you because you're on your cell phone. You need to talk on your phone. Talk on your phone after you drop them off and you're going to work, or you're going back home, or wherever it is you're going. Talk on your phone then. But when you have them in that moment, make time for them, because I'm going to tell you, live long enough and the time will come when you will want them to make time for you, and they're not going to do it. Because they will be following your lead. You set the blueprint for how your household is ran. You set the blueprint for how people will interact with you in your home. When you come in after work and your children come in, turn your ringers off. All phones flat down, ringers off. Everybody starts preparing for dinner. Sit around the dinner table and have a meal together. If you can't do it for dinner, do it for breakfast. But every day you should be having at least one meal, breaking bread with your entire family. Without TV interruption, without cell phone interruption, without iPad interruption, it should only be your family. And everyone should be talking about their day. Everyone gets a turn to talk about his or her day and what they were feeling, how someone made them feel, and you help them through that. Well, why did you feel that way when so-and-so said such and such to you? I don't care if you're eating bologna sandwiches or PB&J sandwiches. Whatever it is, have that meal and have it with your family. You and your child or you and your children. Everyone sits down and everyone eats together and everyone gets a turn. You even get a turn, parent, to say, you know what? Mommy or daddy didn't have such a good day today, and here's why. But you know what? We're going to do it differently tomorrow, and I'm so glad that I have all of you here to help me feel better, to help me feel encouraged. And you go around the table and you do the rose and thorn. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you may have not. The rose is something good that happened in your day. The thorn is something that was not so good in your day. Let your children be heard, because here's what I'm going to tell you. If they're not heard by you, they're going to be heard by someone. Your daughters are going to be heard by the gangster guys who want to take her for a ride and have his way with her. Your sons are going to want to be heard by the fast little girl who's looking to, hook him up a taste. And now you a grandparent before your time. Or the gang members are going to want to, get them involved. And they're going to be patient. And they're going to be, quote unquote, loving. They are going to be everything that your daughter or your son is seeking, just to suck them in. And once they get them, it's going to be hard or close to impossible for you to get them back. So formulate your own thing that they look forward to. Everybody has to come to dinner at a certain time, or everybody has to come to breakfast. If you could do it for breakfast and dinner, that's fine. But if you can't do it because I know in the world that we live in, it's crazy. But guess what? It can never be too crazy where your family is not the first and foremost important thing. And if that's not your case, make sure that you carve out some kind of time for breakfast or dinner where you make it your case that you are able to spend that time with your entire all of your children or your child, whatever your situation is. Make that time to sit down and have a meal with them where they get to really speak about their feelings, and there's no time on it. Everybody gets the same amount of time if they need it. No one is rushed. Do that and you will see how your children's self-esteem will shoot up. They're going to fight you about it because they want to talk to so-and-so or watch a TV show or do whatever. They're going to fight you on it at first. But when they get to see the value in it, when they get to see how I have a space, a safe space, and make that a safe space where they get to tell you whatever without being judged or ridiculed. It is not a put down zone. That becomes a put up zone. We only put everyone up or we keep our mouths shut. No one gets to be put down or ridiculed during this period of time. And you will get to see how you will create safe havens for your children and your family. And let me tell you something. When you get to be, not you, but when your children get to be a certain age, they will still come to you to talk to you. They will still go to their siblings to talk to them. And you will be formulating such a bond that even you don't know about. It's time that we take the bull by the horns, parents. There are things you can do. I know as a single parent, you may be feeling overwhelmed. I know, personally, I know. But I made it up in my mind that my son was going to be my priority. Because after all, I am the one who made it possible for him to be here. So it is incumbent upon me to make sure that I do the best possible job by him possible. Because when you get to be the parent of an adult child, you want to be in a position to do the things that you want to do without having any regrets. Work on your children's self-esteem. Work on your self-esteem if you need to. But make sure, let's recap real quickly. Make sure you tell them you love them. Make sure you don't tell them that they are bad. Their actions might be bad, but they are not bad. Make sure you have at least one meal a day with your children where it's a put up zone, not a put down zone. Turn off the phones, turn off the games, turn off the TVs, turn off the distractions. It's only about family in that period of time. No one should be able to get in touch with you. Everyone who is of germane importance is sitting with you right then and right there. You make that known, and I promise you, your children will come to appreciate that, and it will resonate for years to come. Remember, there is no pinnacle. There's only a higher level. Visit us on the website at www.thehigherlevelmethod.com. Follow us on social media on Instagram at The Higher Level Method. Email me, whether you agree or not, email me your thoughts and concerns at thehigherlevelmethodpr@gmail.com. Remember, higher level thinking plus higher level performance equals higher level results, period. I look forward to seeing you next time, and we will then be talking about a thing called relational aggression. Relational aggression. It's some serious stuff happening out there, and some parents have no clue what's going on. I'm going to turn you on to it and show you how you can combat it. Look forward to seeing you next time.